Hey there, my collective people. I'm out here by the lake, walking around, getting some exercise in, getting some steps in. Just being in a positive mood, not focused on whatever negativity is trying to attack me these days. But I want to talk to y'all right now about interviews. Just showing up for interviews, being prepared for interviews, things like that. Because from what I've seen personally and from the managers that I've talked to, it's not looking good. It's really not looking good. I've personally seen someone show up for a job interview at a shoe store. He had on slides, some cutoff jean shorts, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. No belt, shorts hanging off his butt. Thought he was going to get a job. Now me, when I was growing up, the older people that talked to me always told me, show up for the job, show up dressed for the job you want, not the one you apply for. Again, show up dressed for the job you want, not the one you apply for. I don't care if you show up for a janitor, a cook, a cashier, lawn maintenance, whatever it is you showed up for, show up dressed and prepared as though you want to be in a leadership position. Do not show up and dress because you're going to an interview at a shoe store. You're going to dress like you're going to hang out with the fellas or you just finna be lounging around the house. Just because you're going to be a cashier or a cook at a fast food spot, show up like you want to be in a management role. Just because you don't have all the qualifications at that point in time when you show up for the interview to be in a leadership or management position doesn't mean that you won't have them over time. Over time, you're going to learn new things, you're going to take in new information, you're going to change, you're going to grow. So eventually you will have the qualifications and the know-how to be in a leadership role, a management position. So you dress and you show up prepared as though that is what you applied for originally. Managers nowadays, it's sad because most of these companies either want to do phone interviews or video interviews. I don't think that's good. I think that's bad. But hey, it ain't my company, so I have no control over that. Personally, face to face, I'm a face to face kind of guy. I would prefer to talk to you face to face. I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me personally. Not just hear my voice over the phone, not just see me on the video. You don't know what I'm wearing or what I'm doing or anything. The connection may go out and then my interview screwed. We got to try to figure it out and connect again or maybe reschedule it for a later time because something went wrong on one of our ends. Face-to-face interviews have always been the best way. Face-to-face interviews will always be the best way. Now, unless you out of state or out of country and you're doing an interview where you're going to be moving into a different state or a different country, that's understandable. Do video interview. But phone interviews, I think, are horrible. But like I said, I don't own those companies, so it's not up to me. So I spoke to one young lady who's a manager. She does initial phone interviews, and then she passes the people that passes her initial phone interview. She passes them over to the hiring manager, and the hiring manager does video interviews. Whenever she passes him someone and he does the video interview, he sends her a copy of the interview so she can learn from it, so she can see how it went, blah, blah, blah. She literally told me about some of the people in these video interviews how they're dressing, the things they're doing. Even some of the phone interviews, people are doing phone interviews on three-way. They're trying to have an interview, a conversation with the interviewer, and have a conversation with a friend of theirs that's on another line. That's crazy. Not only that, but she says people are doing video interviews. They aren't even dressed. They're either not dressed or half dressed. She said someone literally tried to do a video interview with no shirt on. Like seriously, with no shirt on. Another person tried to do a video interview while they was in the gym working out. What? Somebody else, she said, did an interview while they was sitting on the toilet. They had on like their pajama top or whatever, but they was sitting on the toilet going to the bathroom during their interview. Wow. This is what we doing nowadays. One manager told me he hasn't seen anyone show up for a job interview in almost 9 years, in about 9 years, that had a resume. People, we aren't even showing up with resumes anymore. Come on, man. This is crazy. We're not dressed properly. We're not showing up prepared. We have no information on ourselves, so we don't have no resumes. Folks are showing up to interviews like they finna go to the gym after they finish the interview. Other folks are showing up like they going to hang out with their friends or out to the mall or something with the cut up jeans and yoga pants and half shirts, flip flops, Crocs. I get y'all love Crocs nowadays. A lot of y'all love these Crocs nowadays. But showing up to a job interview in Crocs is extremely unprofessional. And we have to talk to us older ones, we got to talk to the younger generation. We have to help them to know and to understand this is not the way to begin a successful career. This is not the way to go about trying to get a job or go to an interview for a scholarship meeting or something like that. When you're going to be in a business setting, you must be prepared and you must dress business like. Show up for the job you want, not the job you came for. It's simple as that. Be prepared. Have your resume ready. Even a cover letter if you like. Cover letters aren't that big of a thing nowadays as they were back then, but at least have a resume. Be prepared. Be dressed properly. From business casual to business. For those of you who can't afford, for those of us who can't afford to go out and get suits and dress clothes and stuff like that, check in with your local career source centers, churches. There's places around you that are local that will give you free clothing for interviews to help you out to go get a job. Places that will help you with your resume, put together a proper resume so you can go and get that job. There's always first steps to everything. If you need a haircut or something, check to see if there's someone around that'll cut your hair for free or give you some kind of discount. Let them know your situation and you're trying to go get a job and you just want to look business-like. We got to step it up, people. I know the world is changing and not so much for the best, but we can do better. I appreciate y'all for listening. Stay prepared. Stay ready. Think. Focus. Get it together. Let's come together and unite and teach each other things and give each other the information that we all need, old and young, so we can continue to move forward. And always, my collective people, remember to be knowledgeable.